Do you have those annoying love handles that just seem to never go away? If that's you, I'm going to tell you to get rid of them and ditch them for life using money. Hint, it's now you think. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Rich here, 50 Brotherhood. You might be wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about? I got expensive, medium, cheap foods, super cheap foods. I'm using money. You might be thinking, what does this have to do with losing your love handles? Believe me, once I explain and really break down this concept, it's going to be super simple for you and you're going to have like an aha moment. It's just going to make so much more sense. Now, I'm going to basically tell you how to use this information and put it into an eating plan for you, so stick tuned to the end of the video. But make sure you don't skip out this part, because once you understand this, it's going to make everything just so much easier when it comes to losing fat and food all around. Now, the main point I'm going to talk to you today, and you've got to understand this, is I want you to start thinking of foods as not good or bad, but I want you to start thinking of foods as expensive or cheap. Okay, so what I mean by that is when we start deeming foods as good or bad, it means that you can't have this, you can't have that. Like, how many times have you heard someone say, like, maybe cut out sugar, cut out carbs, don't eat that, don't eat this? Now, it's okay for a short-term result, but I'm assuming you want to lose and ditch your love handles for life, not just for like 90 days, right? So once you understand this, you're going to lose the weight and you're going to actually keep it off at the same time. Now, when I say expensive foods, I don't mean actually expensive. Like, I got chips here. It's not going to cost you $100 to buy chips. Let's hope not, at least. So I got expensive, medium, cheap food, super cheap. $100, $50, $20, $5. So some expensive foods. And when I mean expensive foods, I'm basically meaning foods that have super high amount of calories in them. So foods that have high amount of calories are expensive, and foods that have low amount of calories will be considered super cheap. I didn't know his name, I just put super cheap. So hope that makes sense. A couple items here: nachos, pizza, chips, fish and chips, basically any takeout, right? If you're at McDonald's, you got burger and fries. These would be deemed expensive foods in your calorie budget. Medium, these are more of your carbohydrates, your fats. You definitely need these, but they don't want to be your bread and butter. So it's like your pasta, your rice, your baked beans, nuts, almonds, quinoa. So again, kind of your carbs and your fats. The cheaper foods, this is like your lean protein sources. So like your egg whites, your eggs, your chicken, your fish, your protein powder, your lean beef, foods like that. And this is, again, your super cheap foods. So your $5 foods. If you're American, don't make fun of our Canadian monopoly money. I know it looks bad. But we got broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, tomatoes, spinach, green beans, etc. And that's like your super cheap foods with low amount of calories. Now, just because foods are expensive in terms of calories, just because they have a high amount of calories, does that mean you have to cut them out? No. And think about it this way. Let's say you have like an average salary. Let's say you have an average American, North American salary. It would be like someone saying to you, hey, you can't go on vacation or you can't go to this expensive restaurant because you don't make enough money. That's just bullshit, right? Like, you definitely can do it. You just gotta kind of pick and choose when you gotta go to that restaurant or go on vacation. If you do like obviously every single week and do it a lot, then you're gonna be broke. It's the same thing when it comes to expensive foods. It's not that they're good or bad. You just gotta learn to implement this, which we're gonna get to in just a few minutes here, into a set routine. That way you don't go over your calorie budget, again, which you're gonna break down, and at the same time you can actually enjoy yourself. So yes, we wanna have more foods that are cheap and super cheap, and we want to implement the medium foods here, and we want to make sure we include the foods that we enjoy into a set system, which are expensive foods, because if we just cut this out, yeah, you're going to lose a shitload of weight, for sure, but it's going to be very short term, like I said, it's just not going to last long term. So that's the very first concept. Now, we're going to really break this down, how to fit this into what we call our Weekend Warrior system. I'm going to break down the eating plan right now. Get ready, we're going to jump into it. All right, guys, ready for the fun part? Let's get into it. But first off, if you're a Bills fan, football fan, let me know in the comments below. Let's have some fun with it. Go Bills. Okay, so I put some nice even round numbers here, and it's going to be super simple. It's going to make so much sense to you. And based on what I explained to you here, we're going to implement it into a very simple eating structure for you. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds, nice round number. You're a 200-pound man, you're looking to lose, let's say, 20 pounds of fat. In order to get your calorie number, a very general rule of thumb is take your body weight in pounds and times by roughly 10. So if you weigh 200 pounds, roughly times 10, 2,000 calories per day. Now, if you walk like a shitload, let's say you're walking 15,000 steps a day, you could times by 11 or 12. If you don't walk at all, if you're sedentary, maybe times by 9. But let's just say 10 for this video right here. So on average, you would have about 2,000 calories a day to lose fat. And to kind of average this out the course of the week, 2,000 times 7 days is just 14,000 calories for the week. Now, you ready for this cool analogy here? It doesn't matter how you get 14,000, as long as you go over that. So you can have some higher calorie days, some lower calorie days, but as long as it equals 14,000, that's all that matters. Now, let me give you a perfect analogy right here. Let's say you get $700 to spend for the week. How you spend the $700 is up to you. You can spend $100 basically every day to be nice and even. Or let's say like on Saturday, you want to have like a bigger purchase. Let's say you spend $300. As long as you don't go over the $700 for the week, let's say you have to lower the other six days to compensate, that's all that matters. It's the same thing when it comes to calories. I'm going to teach you 2 ways now that you can do this. The first way is just super simple, right? Let's say you just want to have the 2,000 calories. Some guys like that structured routine where they have the 2,000 calories, they don't like going up and down, 100% fine. And you can have a pretty good balance between these 4, between the cheap foods and the expensive foods. Obviously, you still want more of these, but you can still implement a few more of these in these days, which is fine. However, if you want to have one higher calorie day, here's what you do. Instead of having 2,000 calories right here, you're just going to lower it by 200 calories on these 6 days. So 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. That's basically 200 calories per day times 6, which equals 1,200 calories remaining. You take the 1,200 calories, you just add it basically right here. And instead of having 2,000 calories, you have 32 on this Saturday. It's kind of cool, right? This is exactly what I do. So like I said, as long as you average this number, it doesn't make a difference how you do it. And if you have this higher calorie day, it's a lot easier to have more of these expensive foods. So on the Saturday, you might want to have some like pizza, whiskey, whatever it might be. Let's say you're going with your partner or your friends, you're watching a game, whatever it is. It's easier to implement these foods into this day because you have more of a budget for your calories. Now on these other 6 days, since you don't have much room to play with, you probably want to have more obviously of these foods to make sure you're not going over. But does that kind of make sense? This is what I really want to break down for you: expensive, medium, cheap food, super cheap. And there's no such thing as good or bad foods. Because myself, like I eat pizza, I watch the Bills over the weekend, like I'm having whiskey. I basically just use the exact strategy. I implement more of these foods on the Sunday, and I have more of these foods the other 6 days of the week. Now, I have a full video in terms of how to lose your love handles. It's like a 5-step process. I'm going to link it either in the comments or I'm going to try to put a card in the video. You can kind of click that. I'm not really super good with YouTube, so I'll try to figure it out. So if you want more info on that, definitely check it out. But hopefully this makes sense for you right here. And I really want to shift your mindset between good and bad foods compared to now expensive or non-expensive. So if you found this video helpful and you want to lose and keep those love handles for life, please let me know. Please like, please comment. I'll make more video of these. Please subscribe as well. It'll be very helpful. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. And like I said, if you want more information on how to lose love handles and kind of like a little more detailed steps for certain aspects when it comes to like working out and stuff like that, because this is what's going to teach you how to do it to set your week, then just check out some of my videos and I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Rich here for Future Brotherhood. Thank you so much for watching.